Your way away, your way away, your way higher, your way higher. Hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, your way high. This is a song that I love. It's called the Sacred Divine Feminine Song, and it's from a channeled YouTube channel called, I believe it's Ancestral Ways Music. I might have that wrong, but I will tag it in the video below. But it's such a beautiful song, such a beautiful ancient chant through music. And I wanted to share that with y'all really quickly. So I'm outside in nature today. And of course, I'm only here because I have a message that I want to share. And it's about worshiping, honoring, and blessing the feminine energy within us all, the womb. So this morning when I got up, I felt the strong guidance to worship my womb, literally worship it, bow before it like an altar. And I sung songs to it. I held my womb. I danced with my womb, and I literally worshiped it until tears started rolling down my face. And I got so emotional, and I said, okay, I got to come on here and share this practice that I did. I'm not going to do everything that I did because I was literally naked in my living room, and I had my sage, I had my Palo Santo, I spread my legs, and I allowed the smoke to rise through my legs. And this download that I got was this. It was, not often enough have we, do we worship our wombs, literally worship it like we've been taught to worship God. Now, those of you who've on this journey or have been on this journey for a while, you already know that God dwells within. The goddess dwells within. And so what came to me were the mantras, who the goddess sets free is free indeed. The womb, my womb, God within me was speaking to me, and this is what she said. She said, I've been ignored long enough. The only time that I am reverenced is during intercourse, is during sex. And this is only half of what I am and what I do. This isn't even the full gauntlet of who I am. That is the tip of the iceberg, and there's so much more that lies beneath. What we see, the tip of the iceberg, is what we see during our sexual encounters, during our, during intercourse, or during, whatever else we would deem as sexual encounters. That's the tip of the iceberg. But what about all of that power that is still lying underneath, nowhere to go and nothing to do? And so I sat for a moment and I just let my womb speak to me. And the idea of the crowning came up. I saw my energy rising up to my head, to my crown, awakening the deity. And it said to me, I can't do anything for you. God can't do anything for you unless you call upon it, right? So if God lives within, which is the goddess, the womb, God lives within, how can we expect God to do anything in our lives unless we call on it, on her, invoke her? And so I said, you're right. You're absolutely right. I've never called on you. And a lot of us over time have never called on God, the God within our womb, the goddess, unless it was doing some sort of sexual interaction. And so with somebody else. Now, we're having sexual interactions with ourselves all the time, right? And if you've read some of my articles, particularly What Else Can You Do with Your Sensual and Sexual Energy Other Than Pour It Out on Tyrone, then you already know what I'm talking about. And so what else came to me? What else came up for me? It was, this being the throne, our bodies being the throne. We approach the throne and we petition the throne and we ask the goddess to guide, to lead, to protect, to bless us. So many times we are pouring our power in the outside world, And we're, looking, and I know we hear this kind of stuff all the time, but we're looking in outer worlds and other people, places, and things rather than coming to the throne ourselves, which is the God within, the goddess within. So when I was doing my meditation, I told you I had the sage and the Palo Santo lit, and I'm straddled over it, and I'm allowing the smoke to come in and up. And this is a practice that I do often. And so I'm allowing the smoke and the sage to come up, and it's still burning right here. And I straddled over it naked, and I said prayers to God. The prayers I was saying to my womb that I was guided to say was, who the goddess sets free is free indeed. Ask anything in my name, and I shall give it to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I am the author and orchestrator. I am the Alpha and the Omega. Nothing can be done without me. Call upon me. I am here with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. You are mine and I am yours. Who the goddess sets free is free indeed. This is what kept coming up. And I kept saying that over and over. And awakening the sleeping goddess, the sleeping deity, or the sleeping beast, whichever you prefer, which they are one and the same. We're talking about yin and yang here. Awakening this ancient energy to come into our bodies, to rise up through our bodies and pour out into our lives, to bless us. When we ask God to bless us, this is us coming to the womb, asking God to do that, goddess to do that. So who the goddess sets free is free indeed. So call upon your womb, call upon your God, call upon your goddess. She can do nothing for you unless you invoke her, unless you awaken her. Tell her where in your body you need her to go. As a matter of fact, she'll go because she already knows, rising her up to the crown to sit on the throne of your body and be crowned. Yo, way, way, yo, way, way, yo, way, high. Yo well high, yo well hey 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 yo way high, yo well way. Y'all hear the wind? Yo well high. Yo well high, yo well hey hey yo hey hey yo hey yo hey yo well high. So this is what I wanted to share with y'all. This is my message. Worship God absolutely, and she dwells within. And who the goddess sets free is free indeed. Ciao for now.